This is Manginoni. Welcome to another edition of What the Heck is Going On in. Today, let's look at Berserk number 37. This is going to contain some spoilers, so be advised. Now, for me, any time I see a new volume of Berserk out, I'm extremely happy because it always takes about a year or so until we get another volume. And this volume, for me at least, did not disappoint because what we got here is a couple key things here. One is we got the climax to the big battle against the the sea demon monster, and we also got a little piece of what's going on with Guts when he was a younger kid. And this was actually, it's kind of like what you would kind of expect from him being a young kid, but at the same time, it was nice to see. Now, the thing about that's getting, for me, at least kind of old, is this deal here with the Black Knight armor thing. The thing is, it's a great thing to have in terms of a story device, where it's this armor that the more he uses it, he's going to eventually become overcome by it, and it's going to, in a sense, destroy him. But on the other hand, I'm like, when is it going to happen? It seems like any time they've been fighting something extremely powerful, or the numbers are just so great, he puts on the armor, you see him bleed everywhere, and he needs to get healed up for a period of time afterwards. Thank goodness there's healers nearby, and nothing ever seems to come of this. So I kind of wish that something would happen with the storyline. Because we have to wait for so long in between volumes, it just makes this part of the story just seems more bogged down and more longer than it really needs to be. At least that's for what my general impression of it is. But on the other hand, it is kind of cool to see him with the armor on, see him cleaving things, but I just wish he'd either take control over it and just use it as, part of his normal arsenal of weaponry. We also got a nice little touch with the mermaids. They don't really, it's not that we learn more about them, but it was nice to see that there's actually something that's a fantastical creature that's actually working with the humans or in the side of good, besides those little fairy things. And it was nice that they were finally able to move past this part of the storyline and we can go on to the next part. Now, also, like I mentioned earlier, we got to see Guts when he was a younger kid. And this was like a weird story here in the sense where we had, him as a younger person, and he's dealing with betrayal and being manipulated, and eventually he gets captured, and then he meets a fairy for the first time, but then he doesn't know, is this really a fairy or is this a figment of his imagination? And this was like a different side of Guts that we normally wouldn't have seen before. So that's what I found was kind of interesting. Now, overall, I was really happy with this. The art has been still, I think, one of the best. It's very graphically violent, and I really like that part of it. I also do wish that they'd finally deal with Griffin. It seems like Griffin is now setting himself up to be this godlike being for the forces of good, but that can't be the truth, and you just want Guts to just take that sword and skewer him once and for all, and it doesn't seem like that's going to happen anytime soon, or at least for another year. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I look forward to the next volume, and we'll see what happens. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video. Facebook, link there. Crunchyroll anime reviews, and I'll have more reviews and stuff later, so until next time.